Okay, so men, you can stick around for this video, but this particular video is specifically for women. Okay, here's why. I want to talk to you about how unlocking your magic is linked to you unlocking your sensuality. All right, I'm going to say that one more time. Unlocking your magic is linked to you unlocking your sensuality. So let's just dive right in today on the Unleashed Alchemy channel. All right. So your sensuality is a hidden source. It is a hidden power source. But right now, in this moment, this is the perfect moment for your sensual creative power to no longer be hidden. Okay, it is time for you to uncover that. It is time for you to activate. It is time for you to unleash that magical part of you. This is called Unleashed Alchemy for a reason. All right, so let's keep going with this. Now, let me give you this. Let me paint this picture for you. Let me illustrate this for you. So after I separated from religion, okay, I noticed that the images of women in the church, okay, they contradicted the images of women in the Bible. All right. So just stay with me here because I'm making this connection. Okay. So the women that I saw in church, they always played subservient roles, right? They played subservient roles to the church. They played subservient roles to men in the church. They played subservient roles with their husbands. Okay. The more subservient a woman was, okay, the more praise she received for her holiness, for her godliness. All right. And so this subservient woman became the standard for all other women. Okay. Other women were compared to the subservient woman. This subservient woman was the woman that the church said, this is the woman all you other women need to aspire to be if you want to be considered virtuous by God. Okay. So let's keep going. The subservient woman was quiet. The subservient woman followed all the rules. Okay. The subservient woman dressed modestly. Okay. The subservient woman was always available to help anybody at any time. She was always available to help. Okay. The subservient woman did not ask too many questions. Okay. Now, any woman in the church that was the complete opposite of that image of the subservient woman, that woman, anti-subservient woman, that woman was shunned. That woman was made to feel like she was less than. That woman was labeled, okay? She would often be compared to that one woman in the Bible that was completely demonized. She was always compared to a Jezebel, okay? So this was a woman, remember, she's anti-subservient, okay? But this was a woman who was vibrant in her being. She was confident in her being. She wasn't loud, but she was noticed. She was noticed. She walked into a room. You noticed her. She dressed in a way that felt comfortable for her. She had an opinion. Okay. She asked questions. She asserted herself in conversations. All right. She spoke up for what she required with no questions asked. She didn't ask if it was okay for her to speak. She helped because she wanted to. She didn't help others because she felt obligated. She helped when she wanted to. All right. There was no guilt or shame attached to when she made herself available to help other people. She chose when to make herself available to help other people. Do you see the difference here? So now let's talk about the women in the Bible for a minute. I'm not going to make this entire episode about this. I really don't dive deep into that on this platform, on the Unleashed Alchemy platform, but I need to address this within the context of this episode. Okay. So let's talk about the women in the Bible for a second. So the women in the Bible that were demonized, and i.e. Jezebel, these were women that functioned completely in their spiritual science. They functioned completely in their magic. They functioned completely in their sensuality. They understood their glamour magic. They understood the power in their inherent energy to create. These women, the anti-subservient women, use the energy of their desire to create. And that was demonized because a woman that uses their energy of the desire to create, you will not put that woman in a box. You will not put that woman into a construct. A woman that is functioning in their magic, a woman that owns what they want, you will never be able to put her in a step-by-step anything. She is the strategy. She is the resolution. She is the solution. So let's take this back to religious programming. So religious programming closes you off to the power of your desire and your sensuality and your creative energy, because religion disconnects you from your body by telling you things like your flesh is weak, you have to get reborn or born again because you came into this body that is sinful. All of those limiting stories that we don't even have to go over, just those two that I named are enough. All right. So when you leave religion, when you have disconnected from church and you are now embracing who you are as a sovereign being, that is a blind spot that you have to recognize in your life, that you have shut down your sensuality. Your sensuality has been shut down. That is unnatural for you. It is natural for you to operate in your sensuality. Desire, sensuality, creative energy, it is intertwined in your body because it is intertwined in your nervous system, and it is intertwined in your identity and how you be in the world and in every single part of your life. So, to reconnect with your sensual identity, to reconnect with your creative energy, to reconnect with the energy of your desires that is integrated into your sovereign being, you have to understand the importance of reconnecting with your own body by acknowledging your desires and acknowledging what you want, acknowledging that you have creative energy that has been lying dormant and it's time for you to let it go. Stop worrying about what other people are going to say. Stop worrying about how your life is going to change. It's supposed to change. When you have been operating from a space where your sensuality, you've had a cover over it, when you have been operating from a space where you are not connected with your creative energy, when you start to unleash that, of course, your physical life is going to change. So acknowledge that the fear of the change is there, but move in it. You are an alchemist. You are a woman with ancient rights. So you alchemize that fear and let it work on your behalf. Okay. So another thing that you can do to reconnect with your sensual identity. So I'll repeat this. So you're going to understand the importance of reconnecting with your body first. You're going to reconnect with your sensual identity by acknowledging your desires. Also, number 3, you're going to know right now in this moment that you get to have what you desire without doing anything to prove your worth. I'm going to say that again. You get to have what you desire without doing anything to prove that you are worthy of the desire. So, one last thing that I want to say to you is this. On this topic for now, for this episode, this is going to come up again. So, reconnecting with your body and sensuality reminds you that as a woman, you hold the key to everything. You did not come from anything. You did not come from a man like you're taught in religion. You are the originator. You hold ancient rights and ancient keys that lies in your sensuality. I know that you have probably never heard of sensuality and spirituality and that the two go together. I did an episode about what sensuality is, the actual definition, because we always equate sensuality to sex. And yes, that is a part of it. But there is also a bigger picture on what your sensuality holds. And it holds your creative power. It holds the power of the energy that is in your desire. And that's what you have to reconnect with as a part of embracing your sovereign identity. Okay, so that is all for this episode. Now, if you want one-on-one support in reconnecting with your sensuality as a sovereign woman, as a sovereign being, if you want to reconnect with your glamour magic, book a call with me. Okay, book a call so that we can talk about how I can support you in that. Also, I have courses, all right, that will support you on your spiritual path and that will support you in identifying your spiritual science and the way to operate in your magic specifically for your life. I also have books, ebooks that are also available that you have immediate access to on my website as well. So go to unleashedalchemy.com. All right. Until next time, be sovereign.